Move. I need a test subject. And before you even think about complaining, no, I don't care that you're busy scrolling around whatever mindless garbage you call entertainment. This is infinitely more important than whatever digital brain rot you're consuming. What are you even watching, anyway? Let me guess, some basic streaming service feeding you the same recycled plots that every other sheep in this dorm is binge-watching? God, you're so predictable. Well, are you going to keep staring at me like a deer caught in headlights, or are you going to make yourself useful for once in your tragically ordinary existence? Because I have actually important things to do tonight, and unfortunately they require your participation. Hello? Time is money, and right now you're costing me both. Oh my God. This room is so authentically you. Beige walls that scream, I've given up on having a personality. Furniture that looks like it escaped from a discount showroom. And is that actually a motivational poster? Hang in there with a kitten? I think I just felt my soul leave my body. It's like personality came here to die a slow beige death. Think whatever cosmic forces watch over this cursed realm that I'm here to inject some actual mystique into your pathetically mundane Tuesday evening. Some mystery, some danger, some actual flavor into this vanilla wasteland you call a living space. Don't worry though. I'm about to transform your boring little routine into something mystically tolerable. You should honestly be grateful. Most people would kill for a private consultation with some of my particular talents and aesthetic sensibilities. Besides, it's not like either of us had better plans anyway. Your social calendar is about as exciting as watching paint dry, and I will have my reasons for being here. Here, take this. And please, for the love of all things dark and mysterious, try not to burn the entire building down. I actually enjoy having a roof over my head and would prefer not to explain to the fire department why someone in my dorm couldn't handle basic pyrotechnics. What's the matter? Scared of a little fire? Oh, that's rich. The same person who eats cereal for dinner 3 nights a week gets suddenly concerned about safety protocols. Here, let me demonstrate this incredibly complex procedure for you. See? Fire, wick, combustion. Very advanced concepts, I know. I think your 2 remaining brain cells can handle replicating the scientific marvel, or should I draw you a diagram? There, congratulations. You've successfully mastered fire making. Our ancestors would be so proud. Now sit down and try to arrange your face into an expression that suggests you possess at least minimal intelligence. And for God's sake, try to look like you're taking this seriously. This isn't some parlor trick for your amusement. Behold, my grandmother's genuine vintage tarot deck. Marseille style, probably older than this entire campus and definitely worth more than your entire sad collection of whatever it is you hoard in that disaster you call a closet. These cards have seen decades of readings, countless fortunes told, mysteries unraveled. They've guided lost souls through darkness, revealed hidden truths, exposed secrets that people thought they could keep buried forever. Now, I'm going to share something with you, and I'm only telling you this because you're basically a human diary with legs, completely incapable of meaningful gossip. This is my first complete 3-card reading on an actual living person. I've been practicing for months, studying spreads, memorizing meanings, perfecting my technique. But I needed someone appropriately uncomplicated to test my accuracy on. Someone whose life is simple enough that the cards won't get confused trying to navigate multiple layers of complexity and intrigue. Lucky for me, you're the perfect specimen of beautifully basic human mediocrity. No offense. Okay, maybe I had a little offense intended. All right. Listen carefully, because I'm only explaining these rules once, and I expect complete compliance. First rule, absolutely no touching my cards with your questionably clean fingers. These aren't toys from a novelty shop. They're secret tools that have been consecrated through years of use and intention. Second, no laughing, no eye rolling, no skeptical commentary. I don't care if you think this is all made up, mystical nonsense invented to separate gullible people from their money. Show some respect for traditions that are older than your entire family lineage, or get out. Third, and this is very important, you absolutely cannot tell anyone that I believe this stuff, okay? That's between us and the universe. Not that I do believe in it, just historical interest, cultural anthropology, academic curiosity of folklore and traditional practices. Definitely not because I think the cosmos actually communicates through illustrated cardboard, or because I've had dreams about these cards, or because sometimes I get warm when I hold them. Anyway, those are the rules. Break them and the session ends immediately. Cut the deck somewhere in the middle and don't overthink it. Don't try to be strategic or clever. Just let your pathetically underdeveloped intuition guide you to the right spot. Careful, these cards don't like rough handling. They're sensitive to energy, to intention, to the slightest. Your hands are actually warm. Really warm. Do you have a fever or something? Most people's hands get cold when they're nervous, but yours are like little space heaters. Not that I care about your hand temperature or anything. It's just scientific interest. An anomaly worth noting. You are nervous, right? Because if you're not taking this seriously, if you think this is some kind of joke, although you don't really seem like the type to mock things you don't understand, you're just more the type to observe, accept, which is kind of... Anyway, cut the deck. Oh my god! The Fool! This is actually perfect! I cannot believe I saw my grandmother's grimoire. I did not plan this. The deck is it just knows you. Look at this guy standing on the edge of a cliff, completely oblivious to danger, little dog trying to warn him, carrying everything he owns in a tiny bundle. It's like the universe took one little look at your life and said, yup, that's our guy right there. I mean, it's obviously just a coincidence, random statistical probability. These cards don't actually know anything about anyone's personality or life patterns or... The Fool represents new beginnings, infinite potential, the courage to step into the unknown despite not knowing what's coming next. It's about trust in a journey, even when you can't see where the path leads. It's not a terrible card to get. Not that I think you specifically need new beginnings or untapped potential or anything. Not that I've thought about what you may need in life. The Tower. Sudden upheaval. Destruction of false foundations. Chaos that clears the way for truth. Lightning striking down illusions. People falling from positions they thought were secure. You know, for someone who seems so stable and predictable on the surface, chaos really does seem to follow you around like a faithful pet. I've noticed. Not that I watch you or anything. Don't get weird ideas. I have functioning eyes, okay? And those eyes sometimes happen to observe patterns in my immediate environment. Like how you're late to every Tuesday morning class. You constantly forget your keys and have to wait in the hallway. Last week, you somehow managed to trip over literally nothing in the dining hall, and you've had 3 different laptops this semester because you keep spilling coffee in them. Plus, there was that incident with a fire alarm at 3 a.m. the time you accidentally locked yourself out of your pajamas, and don't even get me started on whatever happened to your bike. It's not stalking. It's basic environmental awareness, pattern recognition. I'm observant by nature. A nature that apparently includes noticing how you scrunch your nose when you're concentrating, or how you always carry that same battered notebook, or how you hum under your breath when no one's listening. Okay, time for the third card. Oh, that's not the Lovers. This isn't how probability works. 3 cards pulled randomly telling perfect narrative about journeys and upheaval, and the deck's obviously defective. This is statistically impossible, astronomically unlikely. I should reshuffle or start completely over. These cards are clearly malfunctioning, but I can't bring myself to disturb them. It's like they're exactly where they're supposed to be. What are the actual odds? 3 cards pulled randomly, and they're telling a story about someone starting a new journey, facing upheaval, and finding the universe has a sick sense of humor. There has to be a logical explanation for this. Statistical anomalies, confirmation bias, the placebo effect, their suggestion, observer bias affecting interpretation. Maybe I shuffle wrong. Maybe the cards are sticking together for humidity. Maybe there's some kind of magnetic interference from electronics. Maybe, hey, don't you dare give me that smug little smile. This is a perfectly rational response to an apparently irrational situation. I'm applying scientific method to mystical phenomena. But besides, it's not like I wanted the cards to say to suggest that there could be some kind of, that we might be compatible in some cosmic, universe-ordained, fate-driven way. Because that would be ridiculous, right? Completely absurd. The idea that cards could predict feelings. You know what? Forget scientific rationality. Maybe the cards aren't wrong. Maybe they were telling the truth. Maybe I did want them to say exactly this. Maybe I've been thinking about it for weeks, wondering what it would be like if we actually... I didn't mean to. You have this incredible thing about you. This calming presence that I don't understand, but I can't stop thinking about. Like when everything in my life is chaos and darkness and people being generally awful, and you're just there, existing peacefully in the same space as me. You don't try to fix me or change me or tell me to lighten up. You don't act like my personality is something that needs to be corrected. You just accept that I am who I am, and somehow that makes me feel like maybe who I am is actually okay. And I don't understand it, but I don't want it to stop. I don't want you to stop being you in my space, in my life. The cards knew, didn't they? Before I did. So, if we're reading this spread as an actual narrative, as a story the universe is trying to tell us, fool, that's you. Starting a new chapter, being brave enough to step into unknown territory. The tower, that's chaos that's been following you. Clearing old patterns to make room for something new, and the Lovers. That's a partnership. A connection that balances opposites. 2 people who complement each other, who bring out hidden strengths, who create something together that neither could achieve alone. The cards seem to think we balance each other out. That your calm steadiness could move my chaotic energy, and maybe my intensity could help you embrace more adventure. Would you maybe want to explore that possibility? Try another reading sometime, but together this time, like partners in mystical investigation. For purely scientific purposes, obviously, to test the repeatability of results and study the phenomenon of synchronicity and divination practice. but also because I'd really like to spend more time figuring out how you make the world feel less impossible. Well, that was unexpectedly educational. Don't let it go to your head. The universe choosing you as my mystical guinea pig doesn't make you special or anything. Although, you did handle that surprisingly well. Most people would have just run screaming when I started ranting about cosmic forces and fate, but you listened. Like you actually cared what I had to say. And remember, you tell anyone about tonight about what I said about any of this emotional vulnerability nonsense, and the tower card is going to look like child's play compared to what I do to your social life. But, same time next week for follow-up research purposes. Good night, you beautiful, foolish, tower-toppling disaster of a human being. Hello everyone, this is Spring ASMR. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like the video and subscribe to never miss a single release. If you like exclusive content and if you like to support the channel, please join my Patreon. And if you'd like to join the Spring ASMR community, check my Discord server. Links to both can be found in the description of this video. Time for a quick shout out from my Patreon super supporters. Stoned, Key, Alex, Benji, Ramses, Dr. Ghost, Joshua, Jalen, Sayman, Captain, Koi, Azep Tony, Hispanic Fury, Brian, Crunchy Mango, Supersonic, Cholos, Vigorous Pringle, John, Bag, Kieran, Barry, Tommy, Jesse Reed, Lunar7, Lucred, Ludo, Small, and What a Duda. And a huge thank you to our ultimate support tier members, Phantom and Jeffrey. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye!